So I bought 187 Doctor Who books in a job lot. I'm holding on to this pile because they're all about to fall over. We've already had one casualty. Oh, and there they go! There's even more over here you can't see on camera because I'm just like surrounded. The dog was trying to get through them and I was like, please don't do this, dog, you're gonna die. It's a mixture of Target novels, Missing Adventures and the BBC novels, and some modern Doctor Who stuff as well. So how did this all come about? Well, it all started when Kat went to Stokescroft in Bristol. There was a shop at the back of the vintage market called the Collector's Cave. They sell all sorts of stuff. Vintage toys, records, books, board games, video games, loads of really, really cool things. And they said they had a load of Doctor Who books around the back, but I needed to give them a call to find out what exactly they had in their collection. I rang them, they got the books out for me, they took photos of the whole lot so I could have a look and see what they had. Obviously, I was amazed. When they messaged me saying, yeah, there's like almost 200 books here, I was like, what? So they wanted to sell it as a job lot, so that's what I did. I bought the entire collection. Some of them I already owned, Target novels in particular, but it wasn't a problem for me because some of them were first editions compared to later editions like I had, so that was cool. Some of them were the same editions that I owned, but in much better quality. Some of my ones are a bit tatty. There were some tidier ones in here. Some of the ones in here were a bit tatty as well, to be fair. That was something to bear in mind across all the ranges, not just the Target ones, because some of these Target books are like they've never been read, like this one. A huge thank you to the guys at the Collector's Cave. If you're based in Bristol, go and check them out. I'm gonna travel back in time to when all these were back in the box, and we'll go through what exactly is in here. These are the two boxes full of books. You can't see one. It's down here. This tall one is entirely BBC novels. So that's the EDAs, the Paul McGann stuff, and all the past Doctor stuff that they used to do. Yeah, PDAs, isn't it? The PDAs and the EDAs. If I remember rightly, I think there was about 60 of these. I don't own any of these books, so that's one way to start a collection. So there's 60 of those. In this box, we have all of the Target books. Like I said, some of these I already have. So what have we got here? We've got Savages, Planet of the Daleks, which I literally only just bought at Warp this year, annoyingly. Pyramids of Mars. This is a first edition. The Romans, that's one that we've had in our collection for God knows how long. Harry Sullivan's War, that was one of the ones that was a completely brand new story written by Ian Marter, Harry himself. So I look forward to reading that. The Space Pirates, my favourite of the Patrick Troughton stories. I don't know if that's quite rare or not. I kind of think it is. I'm not au fait with the whole book collecting side of Doctor Who stuff. One of the American style books as well, the Dinosaur Invasion. I think I'm going to keep that because I love that logo and I love the cover for that one. Mission to Magnus, The Lost Story. Doctor Who and the Daleks. Now I already have this, but I don't have it in this later cover with the blue spine. I think, from what I understand, the blue spines are slightly rarer, so that one I'm going to probably keep hold of as well. The Doublers, that's Mind of Evil, Claws of Axos. 2 copies of that, so one of those will probably end up on eBay or somewhere if someone wants it. Horrifying Rock, War Games, great, Armageddon Factor, and this just points out what I mean about some of them weren't in the best condition. So this one, for instance, has been laminated. I'm not sure how well you can see that on camera. It's been laminated, and I'm sure people who collect Target novels will find that all the time. So many of the ones that I've picked up over the years have had like laminated covers and things. Unfortunately, it was laminated and some bugger tried to pick it off, so you've got this nasty like hole of plastic there. The actual book itself is in really good nick, but it's just that on the cover. I mean, I could even try to peel it off, but it looks like where they've tried to peel it off is actually pulling the print off the cover, so damn them. Into the Fendal, Enemy of the World, one that I already have, so that one will be going up somewhere if someone wants it. Face of Evil and the Sunmakers, very nice. Enlightenment, there was 2 copies of Enlightenment, and no one needs 2 copies of Enlightenment in their life. This looks to be like a first printing of Doctor Who and the Cave Monsters, aka Doctor Who and the Silurians. Ideally, I do try and get first editions, or at least the first edition covers where possible. Doctor Who and the Ark, well no, just the Ark, they dropped that by then. Doctor Who and the Keys of Marinus, Philip Hinchcliffe, the producer, with that interesting picture of a TARDIS on the front. Untitled Invasion, again, that looks like a first edition, very nice. Oh, here we go. Enlightenment, slightly ropier copy, so that'll be going up. In fact, you know what? That's going to go over there. That's the doublers pile. Time Warrior, very nice. Really wanted to get that one. Death of the Daleks, I already had. I think my brother wants that one. Mask of Mandragora, one that I already had, so that can go in the double pile. Face of Evil, separate edition, which is great. Revenge of the Cybermen, very good. Abominable Snowmen, again, one that I have before, so that can go in that pile. Something that I wasn't expecting, but it's these Make Your Own Adventures books from the 80s. And I did know about them, but I'd never seen them out in the wild before. So yeah, this was quite exciting. So there's 4 of those. I think that might be all of them. I'm guessing that's meant to be the Master. Doesn't really look like him. He's got a full beard rather than the goatee, but never mind. Robots of Death, again, one that I already have. Doctor Who and the Doomsday Weapon. Yes, I wanted that one for a while. Again, something that this one's been laminated as well. Some bugger who owned them Tipexed out the front. Obviously had their name on it. I think I've actually found a few with people's names written in there. Doctor Who and the Loch Ness Monster, one that I already had. In fact, I got it this year for my birthday, but this is a slightly dinged copy, so that one will be going up on the interwebs. Curse of Paladin, excellent. Oh, this belonged to Tom Harris, whoever that was. The copy of Curse of Paladin that I have in my collection, which is technically my brother's, it's really ropey and the cover's all fallen apart and stuff. It's one of the blue spines. Loch Ness Monster, again, just in case. Do you want that? Do you want Doctor Who and the Loch Ness Monster? Yeah? You want Doctor Who and the Loch Ness Monster? Oh, you're going to give me a kiss. Oh, thank you. Doctor Who and the Space War. Doctor Who and the Invasion, another one that is already in the collection, but never mind. Doctor Who and the Cybermen, again, one that I own, but I've got the later copy with the neon logo and like the wheeling space Cybermen on the front. And I'm going to keep both because that one that I have on my shelf behind me, that one came with Doctor Who magazine. I don't know if you remember this, but there was a promotion years and years ago where they were giving away free Target novels with an issue of Doctor Who magazine. And it was the most exciting thing. And I was thrilled because I got a Cyberman story. Oh, wow, you're really... It's because I've just shaved. I think you can taste the shaving cream on me, can't you? I have washed it off. Oh, okay, well, you can stay here. I'm sure the people watching would love to see your little furry face. Doctor Who and the Crusaders, even. Robert Friend. I've got a lot of his books in here, so wherever you are, Robert Friend, you are now my friend because I've got all your books. 10th Planet, great, another one that I didn't have. Mutants, again, another one I didn't have. Warrior's Gate, I did have that, so that one's going to go over there. Hand of Fear, again, this one is again a little bit tattier, but still pretty good. Like the pages and stuff are all fine, and it's just the cover's a bit tatty. And where they've obviously either stuck it once and then stuck it again, the inside cover's very sticky, so this front page seems to stick, and you can feel it. It's all a bit tacky around there. Green Death, one that I already own, but different cover, but I'll put that over there. Sea Devils, again, one that I already own. Now here's where we get into some interesting territory. Bloody hell. Another copy of the Pyramids of Mars. Sick of that bloody story, even though it's one of my favourites. Web of Fear, really pleased that this was in here. Again, laminated. Dog, what have you seen? Oh, you've seen a bird. Okay, fair enough. You go and look at that bird through the window. It looks like the pages had fallen out and they'd stuck it in. There's a dark mark going down the side where they'd obviously gone, oh shit, we stuck this in the wrong way around. Let's re-stick it back in the correct way around. So you've got like the dark mark here, but it's sellotaped up the spine. It is laminated, like I said, so that's keeping it all held together, which I'm glad about. It's a shame because the spine's all a bit tatty. But never mind, it's good to have. So again, another one that I was really pleased to have, Ice Warriors. So this one isn't laminated. This is a first printing. It is like just barely holding together. I took it home and I was like, oh yeah, the Ice Warriors, and opened it up and it sort of went, and I was like, oh, that doesn't sound good. It is like literally, oh, and in fact, pages have fallen out. That's probably what I heard yesterday when I brought them home. So that's a shame, but you know, it's the nature of the beast. The way that the spine has sort of deteriorated here, I don't know if it's been kept somewhere damp, the damp set in and it's disintegrated the spine a bit. But I guess if I ever come across a better copy, I'll swap that out. Castrovalva. I've got 2 copies of Castrovalva. 8 is original, and the blue spine version, which is brilliant condition, like never been read. Ark in Space, but that's actually a better quality copy than my one, so I'll be keeping E. Time Flight. Yeah, less said about that one, the better. Dragonfire. I mean, not the best story in the world, but I think the McCoy ones are harder to get. Again, I'm not 100% sure about that. Warriors of the Deep, slightly scuffed cover, sadly, but still very good. One of the early 80s ones with the photo covers. Mordred Undead. Stones of Blood, Twin Dilemma. My friend Cliff gave me a copy of this earlier in the year. Seeds of Death. Again, this one's a bit bent, got a nasty crease down this front, but actually it doesn't look too bad. Another copy of The Curse of Paladin, but the sort of diamond logo. The Demons, I've already got a first edition of that, but there we go, with Azal on the front. There was another one in here. Oh, Monster of Paladin. This one again has got a bit of a bent cover, but not to worry. I do have that one, but blue spine I think is a bit ropey. Tomb of the Cybermen, with the wrong Cyberman on the front. Excellent. Reboss Operation. I think I've got all of the Key to Time in here. A lot of Season 18, well, at least all of the E-Space trilogy is in here, and I think Keeper of Traken. Claws of Axos, just normal edition. Yeah, there's Keeper of Traken, Horns of Nymon. Another copy of Horror of Fangrock. Full Circle. And this is just the targets. I haven't even got to the EDA's stuff. Oh, this is quite funny. This was in here. This comes with the Remembrance of the Daleks and the Chase tin. Android Invasion, Day of the Daleks, Destiny of the Daleks. Oh, there's the other Colin Baker Make Your Own Adventure stories. State of Decay. Giant Robot, much better than the copy that I've got, so I'll be keeping that. The Sensorites, very nice. Curse of Fenric, excellent. I was so pleased when I saw the pictures come through and I saw that that was in there. I was like, oh, yes please, I'm taking that one. Another copy of that omnibus book. Celestial Toymaker, again, one that I already have, so that's going to go over on that pile. There you go, Mr. Doggy, you can play with that. Planet of the Spiders, and like I said, a lot of these I'll probably end up putting up on the old eBays, or even if I don't put it on eBay, I might put it on the Facebook Target group that I'm now a part of. Keep your eyes out on Twitter and stuff, or on the Doctor Who, on the Batman March Facebook page, because I will post it there. I mean, ideally, let's see, I've got Genesis of the Daleks first printing, but very, very tatty, like all creased down the front, so good to have it, but I would certainly like to get a slightly better quality version at some point. But at the moment, I'm just glad to have these things. Ambassadors of Death, Paracroll. I just realised I've just cut myself off mid-sentence of what I was saying before. If I can swap, if, people are like, oh, I've got, I don't know, The Edge of Destruction, but I need the Celestial Toymaker, I'll do you a swap, then sure, fine. So if you're based in Bristol, that would be really handy, because I'd much sooner swap what I've got for ones that I need, and then failing that, if people just want to buy them and you're in the local area, I'll do that, because that's easier for me rather than having to post it. Mutation of Time, I think that's quite a hard one to get. That was another one that when I saw it in the collection, I was like, oh, yes please, thank you very much. Particularly because it's got that nice red and blue Dalek on the front. Never appeared in the series. Carnival of Monsters, that's the second copy, so that can go over there. Deadly Assassin, another second copy, so that can go over there. Androids of Tara, just a weird one. Quiz Book of Science with Peter Davison on the front. I love stuff like that, because it's just mad. And the quiz books. This one I already had, but that's the first one, so that's great. So that's kind of it for the targets. Green Death, Creature from the Pit, I think that's a better quality Green Death as well than I've got. That's sort of it for the targets. There were some modern Doctor Who things in here as well. Peter Capaldi stories, Mike Tucker, Crawling Terror, The Blood Cell TV movie adaptation, slightly tatty. Another oddity, Doctor Who Handbook. Missing Adventures, I don't own any of these, so that's a nice start to the collection. 4 here. I think the person who owned these books was mainly a fan of Hartnell to Tom Baker, because that's what most of the books seem to be. Even the Missing Adventures seem to be mainly Hartnell to Tom. There's a couple of Davisons in there. I think there's like 4 Davison books in there. Sorcerer's Apprentice, don't know if that's any good. Venusian Lullaby, again, don't know if that's any good. Evolution, got Tom in his Talons of Weng Chang outfit on the front. And another Gary Russell book, Invasion of the Cat People. And then just quite a handful of NAs, because I've been collecting the New Adventures, a little bit now. I don't have an awfully big collection. I have a massive collection of... Is that it? Oh, five. Five new adventures. One of which was already in the box. So, you know, I've got all of the Time Worm collection now. All of the Cat's Cradle collection. What other ones in there? Higher Science, Gareth Roberts. That's meant to be pretty good, from what I understand. Head Games. Doctor with a big-ass shotgun or something, looking like he's going to shoot Mel in the face, you know, as you do. This is the new adventures. The Pit. Another Gary Russell here. Legacy. Looking forward to reading that, because it's all on Paladin, from the looks of things. Falls the Shadow. This one's got a slightly dinged cover, as you can see. Warlock. Andrew Cartmel. Sky Pirates, the one with he's got the smiley badge on his chest. Another Time Worm. Just a few modern Doctor Who things. Oh no, another Past Doctor Adventures, Illegal Alien, but when they re-released them, this is a library copy of a book. Alien Adventures, Underwater War, Reign of Terror. Another like doubler here. The Good, the Bad and the Alien, System Wipe. Again, this one's a bit dinged as well. And then to finish off, two that I always wanted to get and I never bothered, but I have them now. Silent Stars Go By, Ice Warriors, very nice. And this is, I think, is Pat Troughton. We've got loads more. The Witchfinders, Hartnell. Short Trips, Atom Bomb Blues. Again, people just tell me what these are. What are they? Are they good? Sleep of Reason, Option Loch, Parallel 59, Wolfsbane, Fourth Doctor. Ooh, Fourth and Eighth Doctors. Interesting. Warmonger, that's Perry and Fifth Doctor. The Roundheads. Oh, Mark Gatiss. Look forward to reading that. Taking of Planet 5. The Burning. Tomorrow Windows. Synthespians. Hope. That's a McGann one. Oh, Seventh Doctor and Ace. Relative Dementias. Casualties of War. Dreams of Empire. So these were books that I never really had an awful lot of interest in growing up. So I didn't really read the Doctor Who books. And I didn't listen to the audios either, because for me it was just like, no, only the TV series is what's canon. But, you know, the older I've got, obviously I've watched it all, Doctor Who. So, for me, it's like, well, what new things of Doctor Who can I read or listen to? So I'm glad that I've managed to pick up so many of these, because I think I've heard people say some of them are hit and miss. You know, for me, a lot of these, you know, I've sort of seen the covers and thought, oh, that looks quite interesting. Like, that looks quite scary. Eater of Wasps. I mean, really, I'm quite pleased with what I've got here. I can't, unfortunately, say much about these, because, like I said, I don't really know anything about them. I've never read them. I never collected them. So this is all brand new to me. All the Daleks. Is that meant to be any good? There's like 2 Dalek ones that people always talk about, and that's one of them, I think. One with John Pertwee and the Master. That looks great. Oh no, it isn't. Featuring the Master and Unit, plus Ian and Barbara. Yeah, so I didn't collect them, so I don't really know anything about them. But if you know stuff about these books in the comments, then leave me some comments, give me some tips, explain to me what's what, if any of these are harder to get than others. Storm Harvest, I was really glad that I found this one in here, because that is the first time the Doctor meets those horrible creatures from the Big Finish story, Dust Breeding, with the Master. They talk about meeting these creatures from this story in that Big Finish audio. And I was always like, oh, bloody hell, I haven't read that book. How do I know what these things are? So I can actually read it now and get the full story. Big Finish don't seem to do that so much anymore. They used to have a real thing of referring to what was going on in the novels, or like dropping little, oh, remember this time when? I'd be like, that is a reference to this book. But they don't seem to do that so much these days. I think they just realise that people can't read everything. Palace of the Red Sun, that's brand new. Grave Matter, that's brand new. Byzantium, that is absolutely brand spanking new. Relative Dementias, wait, that might be one that we have a doubler of. Yes, it is. One's red, one's not red, so that's cool. Oh, so I've got the price on it, £2. The Murder Game, got Salamander on the front. Blue Angel, this one unfortunately has got a nasty creased back cover, but that's fine. And then the last 3, Unnatural History, which is the only one that I actually own. Last Man Running, and Alien Bodies. So that's it. That is the 187 books. Crazy. I didn't expect to ever have a collection of these books, the EDAs and PDAs. Not at all. It was just never something that I ever really wanted to collect. But when you're presented with like 60 in one go, it was sort of like, well, I mean, it's probably something that I would end up picking up at some point. Once I got through the new adventures, and the missing adventures, I'd probably be like, oh, I should probably get some of those. And it's great to have so many new targets to add to the collection. So I think I need 54 target novels. If you're in Bristol and you think, oh, actually, wouldn't mind swapping with you, then do let me know, because then we can sort something out, because that would be easier for me than trying to post stuff off. Yes, so thank you all for watching, and a huge thank you to Collector Cave, based in Stokescroft, for supplying me with all these books. Absolutely amazing, great guys, and go and check them out on Facebook, and if you're in Bristol, go and visit their store in Stokescroft in the Vintage Market. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.